Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Let's see. All right, we have Richard and Shark. Shalur, Queen is back. Molly, Nasversity. Oh, there's a long during the lunch break. Okay, right around 12:25 it looks. Looks like the entry was just below the midnight open and the retracement here back into this gap. Or it was on a closure above this high, changing market structure and then a retracement on the next couple candles back in and above. Let's go ahead. All right, so it looks like that long that I was trying to get in the hour before, just the hour just before, looks like it's might be materializing now. Just before lunch, I was trying to catch some sort of entry around the midnight open and take it up to the 8:30 open, if not higher. And it looks like that is starting to build itself up now. So I was just a little early, it seems. Let's, macro indicator to the back half. All right. Rampal Singh. And good afternoon. Good afternoon, Loot. Loot is back as well. Conspiracy theory. 5 minute inverted fair value gap plus 15-minute fair value gap above us. Okay. I'm looking for the inverted. Last one trouble. All right. I think you're meaning here, if you're talking about an inverted. So they're saying inverted is when one is violated and then it turns into the opposite side on the other. Right. So it was green before, price tore through it. And now there's a prediction from one of the subscribers that we're going to trade up to it and maybe have a failure here, have price push lower. Bruno, good afternoon. What's going on? Welcome to the channel, by the way. There's no more. No more. right, probably a bullish breaker here on a lower time frame, either 3 or maybe the 1 minute. In fact, let's go down to 1 minute and see. Go. Same on the 2 minute. Same on the 3 and on the 4. And here goes your unicorn setup. And thank you for that. Queen reminded me to put my lunch highs and lows in. So the lunch high is already taken at 1 o'clock, no matter what time frame you look at. So the lunch high would have been at 12:55. Then obviously 1 o'clock pushed just above it. But the low still stands. So that we have the low down at 18,252. And we still have the New York low that's open. And that's at 237. JR, good afternoon. Welcome back. everyone who missed the morning session, during the morning session, well, towards the end, probably during the 11 o'clock hour or so, we were looking here and noticed that this morning was seek and destroy profile, where each previous high was taken on the next move, and each previous low was also taken. So it just went back and forth, sweeping highs and lows, taking liquidity, and not necessarily moving impulsively in one direction. We're back down to the breaker. Jay Stores, good afternoon. Devin, welcome back. Opie, welcome. Hey, TJ, what's going on? All right, we're looking to see if we get another retracement back down to the breaker block here. And then whether price wants to either go down to consequent encroachment of the breaker at 280, 18,280, or if we go to consequent encroachment of the manipulation leg at 18,272. Try to take a 15-second entry there. Turned around on me. It's okay. That was a 3-point stop loss. Still working on my 15-second entries. And there goes price. Oh yeah, solar eclipse. Yep, it's coming. It's checking on the dollar to see where it's trading at the moment. An interesting hourly profile. So we'll do this for the first time today. We'll take a look at the other indices as well as the USD. The hell? Then let's see, we're just trading sideways in both of these, or all three really. So far today, we've on an hourly time frame just sitting inside of a bullish fair value gap on the Dow. We do not have a bullish fair value gap on S&P. However, there was a bearish one that may have flipped. Keep getting wicks, dipping through, coming out on the other edge. And then the candle bodies continue to stay above. So even though we're not getting a lot of expansion, we're getting sort of a floor being placed in for the candle bodies, which is good news if we're looking for maybe these equal highs to be taken, which is at 52.72. And then as we get over to Nasdaq, we see virtually the exact same thing, except there is no fair value gap to speak of. No, maybe there is. Let's test this one here. All right, so we got the same situation as an S&P, except the S&P is trading above it, whereas Nasdaq continues to trade inside on the lower quartile is where the candle bodies are, right on the lower edge there. So we'll go ahead and drop these out. Actually, I'm gonna leave the S&P one there because that one's a bit more interesting. But you can see the range has been pretty much the same all day long. It's just every candle up and then a down candle, then an up candle, then a down candle. And this one didn't really, it did sweep some liquidity during lunch, but it didn't really build back up to the highs that we had seen. So maybe that's what this hour is going to do. But the range is pretty much the same. So any trades you get into over the next hour or two, or even throughout the rest of this afternoon, you want to be careful as far as where your TPs are, because it doesn't seem like the range is very large today. TJ, you think it's the eclipse, or is it just being a Monday without any high impact news? Anyone new to the stream or anyone who wasn't here this morning, this lime green area is the new week opening gap. So we're now just below the Sunday 1800 opening. Let me just also show you a quick glance at the 4-hour. Right, so if we look at these 4-hour candles today, you can see each 4-hour time period, they're taking out the previous 4-hour candle's high. And after taking a high, they're retracing back down to the origin area. The next one took out the high and traced back down to the origin area where the candle bodies are very small here within a tight range. And so this 4-hour candle ends in 28 minutes, so at 2 o'clock. So I'm not really expecting a whole lot just based on what the previous candles have been showing. So I'll wait until 2 o'clock to see if there's any indication from price that we're moving in a different direction. Actually, not necessarily 2 o'clock, maybe the macro before, so maybe like 10 minutes till. Great invest. Take care. So bright outside for me. It says the eclipse will be at its maximum for me in about 45 minutes, but the best we're going to get is 64%. So I will not be looking at the eclipse today. You just get a touch of the fair value gap. Not quite. 289 fair value gap, 29 and a quarter. We got down to 289 and 3/4. So we got half a tick from the fair value gap. Let's see if we touch it now, or even drive through it. Make our way down to 280 or even 272. Grab the long by accident. Doing well this afternoon. Welcome back. Trying to remember, is your name Ali? Okay, good. Yeah, I was trying to remember. Thanks for the confirmation, Queen. Mhm. $20. All right, let's see if we now get another retracement and we can get inside of the fair value gap, possibly retesting the midnight open. Great, so there's the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap. Now we're looking at the midnight open. Mm-hmm. 280 is next, and 272. Then I want to see how price reacts, whether we get a bullish push or not. Looks like the bullish push is happening. Welding lenses. Okay. Yeah, no retina damage. Then you can't see the screen and you can't trade. Just some tangerines. Just just a morning snack. It's still early for me, so it's too early for lunch. Mhm. All right, looking for 280, and there it is. Now let's see if we get down to 272. Okay, so we've so far had a consequent encroachment trade down to the consequent encroachment of the breaker here. Sorry, not a trade. Price traded down to consequent encroachment of the breaker. However, it did not trade down to consequent encroachment of the manipulation leg covering any of this gap here. It doesn't always trade to that level, but in a lot of cases it does. And so now let's look and see if we get a sweep of a high here. Even though the protected high is there. Okay, so that means that this is the first part of the year, first time this year that we are at the mid 90s. And yeah, Richard, that's kind of early to be at this warm. Usually that's early June. So hopefully it's short lived. It lasts a couple days and goes away. But yeah, once it heats up here, it pretty much stays warm until November. Hey, what's going on, Splash? I take a trade today. I don't think anyone's, as far as I'm aware, I know Molly was in a short, but outside of that, no one's really spoken about being in the entry this afternoon. Um, Earlier this morning, there was quite a few people took positions in the morning session, but so far this opening hour hasn't really given a lot of entries, and I don't know if there's anyone else in a position outside of Molly. Okay, so Art's in a position. Art's has a short. All right, so we had a little tap out of this protected high here, but we don't have a closure yet. Hoping for a 272 retracement before going long, but it looks like that may not come to fruition. It may have to take an entry if we get a retracement back to the breaker. Otherwise, just let this one go and either find something later this afternoon or just wait until tomorrow. All right, Molly's in the long. Look at you being nimble, back and forth. You got out at 285. Okay, not bad at all. Take it down to the midnight open. Take your profits. Yeah, Shark. These the kind of trading today, especially without the high impact news, being inside of this imbalance, as you mentioned on the hourly, it's really given a lot of 30-point moves, but not a lot of 80-point moves. So you just got to be willing to take what it gives you and get out. All right, everyone, 2 o'clock now. That 4-hour candle that we were looking at turned out to be exactly what I thought it would be. We just see price just push into the new week opening gap again. But if we just take a quick dip into the 4-hour, we can see that candle that just closed right here looks exactly like the two before. I know we were looking at about 20 to 30 minutes before it closed. So we weren't really expecting a whole lot before 2 o'clock. Now that we're at 2 o'clock, we could see one of these type of expansions that all the previous 4 hours has given. The only thing is it expands and then it contracts right back. So again, be nimble. It's not giving a whole lot to run with, but it is giving some injuries if you want to take something out of the market. Just not a lot to run away with. Let's get back to the 1 minute for just a few more, and then we'll get back to the 5 minute. Looks like we might actually get that trade into 8:30 that we've been looking for since the 11 o'clock hour. It may actually happen now. And Ali, I don't know if there's anything you can enter now. The breaker block has been sitting here on the screen since, I don't know, quite some time. So you had to trade back into it at 120, trade back into it at 136, and then went from 140 all the way until it exited at 157. So if you wanted to enter, your entries were there. But I can't tell you to get in now. I can't tell you which candle to enter on. Yeah. Yeah. Lunch high already got taken. The lunch high was here. 58. Okay, here, 59. So we hit equal highs, take out the lunch high. First 2 minutes of this hour. Traded lower back into the breaker. Hit consequent encroachment during the macro, or actually just before the macro. After the macro, we got a retest of the midnight open, as well as a retest of the edge here, and then a trade to session high from the lunch high. Still hasn't grabbed the 8:30 open. Excuse me, but that could be in the card soon. By taking out buy side, taking out liquidity here, we're expecting some sort of retracement. We have a fair value gap right here around 18,300. Another one, 18,296.7 area. I don't remember if when I saw the solar eclipse, if the birds were recognizing that something weird was happening. I feel like that did happen, but I can't say for sure. Yep, we got a solar eclipse coming across the country over the next couple of hours. Got close enough, but not close enough to tap anyone in who wanted to take an entry off of the retest of this level once it passed it and closed above, retraced back down, but it never quite made it. It left you a couple ticks short. And now it's ready to move. Let's do a measurement and just see. See, that line was also 50%. It got almost there, but not quite. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the 5 minute now. Just watch the 5 minute time frame. Switch these macros over to the back half of the hour. That's just how I've been measuring them for quite some time now. I go from candle body to the extension wick. So that's I've just always measured it that way. I can't remember if I learned that from ICT or not. I picked it up from somewhere, that's for sure. But I've just been doing it that way all the time as opposed to measuring wick to wick. And that question was for Denrick. All right, let's go and see where the dollar is. See where the dollar is trading at right now. Yeah, no, you just got to watch yourself in the combine. You can't get more than 50% of your winning in one day. So you got to set your TP accordingly. Right? It's only during the combine phase you can't get more than 50%. So that's a very simple rule that I wouldn't stay away from a company just because of that. Once you pass that and you get into your funded account, you can make as much as you want in a day with no issues. So Casey, was it just an oversight or you didn't understand the rules in the beginning? Big sweep. Mm. Okay, so you didn't have a TP. You was just letting it run. Okay. Well, next time you see a clear direction, go in with the maximum 5 contracts, the opposite direction, and try to do it that way. Here you go. Shark, I don't know if you caught what he was saying, but he can only make 1,500 for his combine. He's up 6,000 for the day. He's trying to lose $4,500. Yeah, he can trade more days, but then his 6 grand is going to count 50% of his total. So now he needs to make 12 grand to pass the 50,000 account. Um, Another thing you can do, I know another member did this. He reached out to Topstep, and Topstep said, "All right, well, fine. What we'll do is we'll reset your account for free so you can start over." Because maybe that's easier than losing the money to get back down. But the thing is, you got to get down by the end of today, by the close of trading. So you got about an hour and a half to get there. Sleepyhead, you said Topstep keeps getting you? How do they keep getting you? How does that keep happening? Yeah. Yeah, you just have to go in with the TP and the stop loss. Well, in your case, you have to go in with a TP when you enter your trade, knowing where $1,500 lies. If you go in with one contract, you can't make more than, what's that, 75 points. But if you're in with multiple contracts, then 75 points combined. Now, they've always had rules. There's only 3 rules to Top Step. First rule is don't make more than 50% of your target during the combine in one day. So you can't do that in one day. That's the first rule. Second rule is don't lose more than, for 50,000 account, I think it's more than 1,000 in one day. Otherwise, they suspend your account until tomorrow. And the last rule is don't lose more than 2,000 overall. And that's it. Those are the only rules they have. All right, looks like maybe the 8:30 open will get traded to now. And just made equal highs. Okay. University, I'm not sure which, I don't know. I don't understand the question. Update on Topstep X mini micro conversion. What update are you looking for? I think they, are you saying, I thought they allowed micros now. You can trade micros if you want to. As far as I'm aware, I didn't know you couldn't trade micros. You just has to, you have to go to a different chart. I trade on the mini chart. You have to go to the micro chart, but I don't see why you can't trade micros. Oh, you want the increase? You mean, oh, as far as I know, they still have the limit. So if the limit on a 50,000 account is 5 contracts, then you can trade 5 micros or 5 minis, but not 5 minis and 50 micros. So they don't have that equal conversion. It's just 5 contracts. So depending on what you want to trade, you get limited to 5 contracts on a 50,000, 10 contracts on a 100,000 account, and 15 contracts on 150. As far as I know, if they're going to switch that, I'm not aware of it. Yeah, I don't have a lot of information around Topstep X because I'm not using that. Yeah, the clips can be really cool. At least the one that I saw, I really enjoyed it, even though it only lasted about 90 seconds. We have this 5-minute fair value gap here. It's almost traded to equilibrium here or consequent encroachment. See if price wants to bounce from there or if we continue to push lower. Right, so far looks like it's been a decent bounce from that area, about 10 points. All right, Splash. Catch you tomorrow. Nasversi, I'm assuming he's talking about the Discord you can find in the description of this video here. Just go down to where the social media Discord link is. Click on that link. It'll take you to the Discord. All right, there we go. So push through fair value gap. All right, retest of the breaker now. And we still have about 10 minutes before the next macro. Okay, so we just had another return to 50% based off of the new high versus the previous return, which was off of this high over here. Now, remeasuring on this high, we did just get the 50% return right into the breaker. I'm hoping it gets to 272. That's what I'm waiting on. And if it doesn't get to 272, I mean, based on what price is doing right now, if it doesn't do anything major and it doesn't make it down to 272, then that's fine. Then you just stay out of the market. And we'll continue to, as TJ say, be patient. But these kind of slow time periods where price is just kind of playing back and forth and not making any big movements, that can be a setup for power hour. So that's in about 15 more minutes. Price may be setting us up, getting everyone a little tired or a little frustrated at how it's back and forth. And then we could get something good in about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so we got a fair value gap, consequent encroachment right now. And if I'm not mistaken, this fair value gap is from the 1 minute or maybe the four. Maybe it's the 4 minute. Yep, it's 4 minute fair value gap. Or is it a three? Yep. Okay, let's just put everything on the 3 minute. Okay. Okay, we're going to drop down to the 1 minute now. Minute breaker here. It's still pushing. Let's see if it goes below this fair value gap here on the 1 minute. All right, power hour in about 7 more minutes. About 7 more minutes. We'll be at 3 o'clock and we'll have the final hour of trading today. Also heading into the final hour of trading today. If you're enjoying the stream, if you could click the like button. My birthday was the 4th, last Thursday. Yeah, this was a special birthday for me. I turned 44 on 4/4, the 13th. Oh yeah, you got a trip coming up. Thank you, appreciate it. Trying to keep my look somewhere in the mid 30s for as long as I can. That's why some of you may have noticed the goatee was gone. Oh, in a year? Okay. Yeah, it snuck up on me, man. 40 years go by really quickly. I felt like my 30s was the quickest decade. It seemed like I was 30 and then I was 40. Appreciate it, Boyd. That could be it. Yeah, I matured so much in my 30s. Was not gonna say I was a wild child in my 20s, but there are some decisions I would do differently. You're right. That would probably be the one decision I would try to change if I could. Would be discovering trading much earlier than I just got. I didn't find trading until I was 41. Okay. After I didn't realize. All right, market. Let's see that 8:30 open, or at least let's see these equal highs. All right, let's go our risk off. I'm getting ready to just run and grab a quick drink of water. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. And also, I just looked at the clock. We're in power hour now, so we have 1 hour, and then we have 10 minutes during 4 o'clock to trade. But I'll be right back. Oh man, after you got in early, then good for you. Mm. Yeah, you live and you learn. We all learned some tough lessons in our 20s. Hopefully, we were able to apply those in our 30s and 40s. Sleepyhead, I'm sure you won't be any different. So hopefully, those lessons learned you're applying now. Price can get held up here. Yeah, been that kind of market today. All right, let's see if it closes below. We can move out this fair value gap here. Let's see where price wants to go, whether it trades down to 272, which is a level we've been looking for a while. Quite a while now, since lunchtime. We went all the way down to the last tick of the breaker. Oh, sorry, I can get rid of this. Back to the 5-minute profile. On that last candle, huge wick below. Set. Price wants to push now. Just drop that and hold on to the 5-minute breaker that we're looking at here. We also still have the 5-minute fair value gap that's still valid. All right, so earlier today, this morning, we were looking at prices and we saw that price kept expanding. So it was seek and destroy, making expanding conditions. Now in this afternoon, it's actually contracting. So we have highs and lows not being swept, but being traded close to, and then price turning the other direction, starting this afternoon. So we could see that we put in a high just before the afternoon session started. And then afterwards put in a low. It did sweep the high from there. However, did not sweep the low. Then it came back up, did not sweep the high, came back down, did not sweep the low. And now we're building back up again. So now we've had 3 or 4 failed liquidity pulls. And we'll see now if this price swing can take this high or if it will also fail, and we'll see price contract back into the range. Take another look at how everyone else is performing, so we can have a better idea of what we're going to do this hour. All right, so here we are with the dollar. Dollar finally did get down during the last hour. Finally got into this fair value gap, so we're expecting it to push up a bit. We do have a bearish fair value gap as well, so that's where we're expecting it to trade to and possibly find some resistance. So we'll keep monitoring that. It looks like it's not far away, so that may only take a matter of minutes to get up there. But again, if we look at our indices have basically given us very ugly price action. I mean, look at this. Every candle is just trading back whatever range the previous candle took. And now the ranges are declining. Must be the solar eclipse. That's probably what's happening. They're from 312, short from 312. Okay. Let's see who else. Yeah, the dollar chart looks fine. Looks fine. It's looks predictable. It looks like it's doing exactly what price action would normally do. It's just consolidation on all the other markets. I mean, it looks poised for a breakout at some point, just maybe not today. And whenever there is a breakout, it looks like it's going to break out to the upside. We just have to be patient until that happens. Hopefully, it doesn't happen during like Asian session or something when no one's watching. But it's okay. We may still find an entry today. We have equal highs here just below the 830 open. So that could be a place that price wants to draw to, and we can get an entry there. It's not that far away. So you're talking about 20 points from current prices, or there could be a push lower for the lunch low down to 252, which would be a sizable trade from this level. Measure this up. Just let's go wick to wick and see where we are. So we're at 83.5 retracement. Not uncommon for the 3 o'clock hour. Usually there's going to be some deep retracements looking to make sure no one's trailing with a tight stop loss, looking for whatever the drawn liquidity is, which is clearly these equal highs up to the 830 open. Yeah, I always forget to, especially during 3 o'clock hour, you want to keep your discipline on your um, stop losses. You want to make sure your stop loss is at its original position. Otherwise, these deep retracements will always come back to get you. Okay. I don't know. I've never tried voice typing. It would probably help me enunciate a little better, though, if I knew that it needed to hear me to type. All right, let's take this Fibonacci off, clear up our screen a bit, see where we are. Tick energy. It's now fine. CE, consequent encroachment of this wick. $298. Looks like we're almost there now. Another 20 seconds before this candle closes. All right, that's what I was looking for, to see whether this fair value gap will be invalidated or not. It looks like it's going to survive. All right, we'll reaching out to all the new people again. So if you're brand new to the channel, or if you've just been in for a few days now and you haven't jumped in the chat yet, ask that you come and introduce yourself. Let us know how long you've been trading and where you're from. All right, well, welcome. I believe there's probably several people from India. I was looking at my stats, and India, I believe, is the fourth or fifth most participants from a country on the live stream. So welcome to the channel. Good to have you. Do we have anyone else? Any other new people, new subscribers, or those who haven't joined the chat yet and want to introduce themselves? All right, from Germany. All right, well, let's look and see if we can't change that. So what do you think is the reason why you haven't been successful in your first 8 years of trading? Or what would you like to improve on? Jesse Cruz, Cerritos, California. All right, welcome. All right, Jesse. Yes, I just passed 3 years back in February. So keep going. Don't give up. You'll get rewarded on the other side. Don't worry. Sleepyhead's from Miami. All right, but residing in New Zealand. Oh, sweet. Ghost is from France. Been trading for a month now. All right, Ghost. Well, glad you're here. Hang in there. Okay, so price seems to be building out of the fair value gap. I thought it might have invalidated, but it didn't. But we do see price trading back in on itself, smaller ranges, smaller ranges. So at some point, it's gonna have to do something. It's gonna have to break this mold, and we'll be waiting for it. All right, fish lips from Phoenix. All right, well, so am I. Welcome to the channel. Psychology. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully you're able to pick up some tips from some of the members here that are pretty successful. If you come here every day, you'll start noticing there we have some of the subscribers that are hitting gems every day. Every day they see a move that they like and they're getting in and they're finding success. We'll check on Bank Nifty after the session's over. So if you stay till the end, 10 after 4, I'll take a look at that for you. Okay, Costa Rica. Karan, well, welcome. Good to have you. Are you from Jamaica? 5 years trading. Sweet. From Germany, residing in Cape Town. All right, Klaus. All right, JR. Catch you tomorrow. All right, so we've traded to the north end of the range again. Let's see if price can actually break and trade close above. This actually, you know what? Let me get rid of this because this isn't a scientific anything. This is more just a visual, so I can see that price is closing in on itself and just making a smaller range. Yeah, there's a couple of us. There's another guy. He's in here sometimes. His username is AVS Phoenix. So yeah, we have a handful of us here. All right, Molly. Molly's one of those winners who has mastered her psychology and her entry model. Uh, Trader Kartik, are you asking how long does it take? Out at 322. There's 8:30 open. What did TJ say? Patient pays. There it is. I wasn't patient enough on this retracing back down. My stop loss should have been much lower. Sweet. Good job, Ernie. What indicator? It's called ICT midnight and 8:30 open. But I draw these lines. I use an indicator to find it, but it's super easy to find 8:30 and midnight open, and I draw this line every morning because sometimes the indicator will have it won't show it here on the end. It'll have it way off the screen somewhere, like here in the purple. And so I hate having to move my screen over just to see which line that is. So I draw my own, and it always puts it in the right. No matter where I move the chart around, I can always see that's the midnight open. But the name of it is ICT midnight and 8:30 open if you want to use it. And for me, I don't know how it'll be for you, but for me, for whatever reason, to get it to work, I have to put the midnight at 2300 and the 8:30 at 7:30. So I have to move it 1 hour to get it to work. I found this interesting to look at. I was looking at the 1 hour, which it's also in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's just really small. But look at these wicks on 7 or 8 consecutive candles. I've never seen anything like that before. Or each of these are a pair. It starts here, and then 2 hours later, it ends here. Start here again, 2 hours later, ends here. Starts here again. So it's it's been a unique day, I'll say that. Nope. No. The 8:30 open is not the 9:30. 9:30 is the New York Open. That's when the opening bell happens. 8:30 is just another time that's measured. I believe it's when traders get to their desk and start putting in orders and things. So the 8:30 open is the one that we measure according to ICT. All right, everyone, in about 10 minutes, we'll have a final macro and we'll see what price point it wants to run to. Okay. Wow. A little impulsive there. Look at that. So is this going to be our third swing? Because we went here, then we went here, and there, and here. So we got a third high. Now the question is, will we attack these lows? Midnight open, then this swing low, and then the lunch low. You can't find it. Did you go under futures? Trader Kartik, did you find it? All right, it's like the second one under futures, right? Under TradingView, you go here, you click futures at the top. It's the second one. It's right here, and you just choose the June contract. All right. The code is NQM 2024. NQM 2024. All right, let's make this a little larger. And no, we'll stay on the 5 minute for a few more. This candle's still pretty new. $90 before the macro. So far, this 5 minute fair value gap is still holding. It still has not been invalidated ever since it was created right around 2 o'clock. See if this candle will push up and maybe take out the high of the previous candle. Yeah, it is delayed by 10 minutes. If you don't have a paid subscription, you're right. Oh, there it is. Took me out. 5-point stop loss. Let's see where price wants to run now, whether it runs and looks for the lunch low. Let's see what happens. Either way, I'm going to watch from the sideline here. This was the breaker before, which is probably not going to mean anything right now. We still have the level at 272, which I was hoping price would trade to, I don't know, during lunchtime, maybe during the 1 o'clock hour. And it never did. So let's see if it touches down now at 18,272.5. Trace it back to the breaker. All right, about 5 minutes left before the end of the hour. And then we got 10 minutes on the other side. Yes, if you're trading top step, you have to be out of your trade by 10 after 4. If you have your own money and you're trading through your own private broker, you should be good until 5 or 4:55 or whenever it closes. Yeah, 272 has been marked up and we've been waiting. We've been waiting since we got a closure above here, confirmation. So that was right around 12:30. All right, Shadow Dancer, take care. This 5-minute fair value gap just will not invalidate itself. Here it waited until the 355 candle, the trade below. And now here we are at 359. It's going to try to trade back in and close inside. Now it's closed. Now I can trade below again. Now that it's another 5-minute candle. All right, trading back into the range. Like it's going to retest the new week opening gap again, up at 18,312. Trader Kartik. I think what you're missing, and one of the other subscribers said it earlier. Um, so on these futures, there's a fee that you have to pay to get live data, and it's not, you don't pay it to TradingView or anything, but you have to actually pay it to this group here, CME, the providers of futures candlesticks. Now, if you have an account through Topstep or Apex or one of them, it's part of the fee that you pay to take that combine. That combine will pay for your live data. Outside of that, your data is going to be 10 minutes behind. So when you look at my chart and you see me right here at 1602, you're actually going to be at 1352. So your candles are down here. So it will look a little bit different, but that's because you're 10 minutes behind. So you're not going to be able to trade live, or you're not actually going to be able to trade this at all unless you have live data, and it's $7 per month. So yeah, so if you're just paper trading, just understand you're going to be 10 minutes behind. Hmm. Okay, that could be. It could be 60 a year. I know it's per month. It's $7. I thought it used to be 5, and I checked it the other like a couple weeks ago for someone else, and I noticed it was $7. So I don't know if the price went up or what happened. All right, let's look at the news and see what we have to prepare for tomorrow. All right, there was nothing today. Oh, there we go again. There's nothing tomorrow, so there's no news to worry about. We just have core CPI and those items coming on Wednesday. So 8:30 on Wednesday is going to be a big deal when we start our session and start looking at the opening bell. Also, FOMC minutes will be released at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So we have high impact news in the morning and in the afternoon. Thursday, it's once again 8:30, but then we have the 30-year bond auction coming at 1. So right when we start the afternoon session, we'll have a high impact news event. And then on Friday, we have 10 a.m. So we'll watch the morning bell, and then we'll see a news event come about half hour later. So nothing tomorrow. We're good until Wednesday as far as high impact news. I don't really look at low impact news. So if there's something tomorrow that's a low impact news event, I won't even pay attention to it. So we'll see. Yeah, good idea, Richard. Good idea. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if you caught that trader Kartik. Just wait for 10 minutes, or adjust the video to your 10 minutes behind, and then it should be aligned with what your chart looks like. Trader Kartik, can you let me know you said you wanted to look at, what did you say, Nifty something? Nifty 50? No, not Nifty 50. What was that you asked for? Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty. How do I find it? What's the code? For everyone whose trading day is over and you're heading out, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. If you're brand new or if you just haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you're not missing out on any invitations or any reminders about the live streams that we have. Nifty Bank, what's the code for the chart? How do I find it? Search Bank Nifty. Excellent. Okay. And we'll give everyone about 90 seconds until Nasdaq is done, and then we'll go over and take a look at Bank Nifty. Did you have any particular questions about Bank Nifty that you wanted answered? Appreciate it, HCE. Catch you on the next one. All right, Richard. Yeah, I got chopped up in the afternoon as well. Didn't really deliver what I was looking for, but I mean, yeah, it chopped everyone up. This is essentially what we had is you could have bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here, but that's all we got. And it's obviously easier in hindsight to say that. Just really thought we were going to get some additional highs this afternoon. It just never materialized. So we'll see if we get something different tomorrow. Again, we have no high impact news, so we have to also be careful that the range may not be as large as we want it to be. But we'll come back tomorrow stronger, Richard, and we'll get them. Thanks for hanging in there and for being here every day and being one of the regulars. All right, let's take a look at Bank Nifty now. Yep, live streaming tomorrow, 9:15. You catch me East Coast time, 9:15. Oh, you say ICT is live streaming tomorrow. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know why I thought they said the 8th, so I thought he was going to do it today, but okay. Well, I guess I understand if you guys join ICT. I'm going to still host my own. All right. I'm going to ask you one more time, Trader Kartik. What questions do you have? Um, what do you want to know about Nifty Bank? It's at an all-time high, it looks like. All right, Em. Well, I hope to chat with you in the morning then. All right, I take it he doesn't have any questions at all. All right, OTE trade back to 70%. So that was a good retracement on that leg. And this is the weekly we're looking at. And we got this volume imbalance here. Price traded down, kept the candle body inside, which is good as well. Candle body on top, pushed off, retraced back down, wick to the fair value or to the volume imbalance again, traded up, traded back down. Let's see where it did on this wick here. Right, we got 50% of the wick, started trading up, which is good. Another volume imbalance here. Should hold price if we get a retracement back down. The thing is, on the weekly, it looks like you're halfway through the week already, and it's taken out the high. So now that you've taken out the high, I don't know what the expansion level is going to be, but you're going to now expect next week or the week after to start retracing back in. So on the weekly, you're gonna get something down here. It's probably hard to say now. Let me drop to the daily. Maybe it'll be easier to see. Yeah, this price action looks a bit weird. So maybe I need live data to actually see this correctly, because on the daily it shouldn't have these kind of gaps in there. What do you say? Nifty 50. Let me look for Nifty 50. Nifty 50 index. Let's try that one. Weird. They have these gaps in data. This looks even worse. What should happen tomorrow? You want to know what should happen tomorrow? Well, it's not what should happen tomorrow. It's what can happen tomorrow. And you need to be available for whatever does happen, right? And you need to be able to see, based on certain things, what may happen next. Because right now, what I see is that you're at an all-time high, right? And when you're at an all-time high, you don't necessarily want to jump into the market. You want to see what the market gives you. Because the thing is, it just gave you the all-time high. Well, it gave it to you the day before, but it's still continuing during this day through. So you want to see where the high lands, and then price is going to start retracing into these levels. First is going to come here, and you want to see, does it bounce and go up, or does it trade through and then end up down here? More than likely, I would say it probably would end up down here, but you're going to get a retracement at some point. Right? Just like when this high was taken. Yeah, this high taken on this candle, it traded higher 2 more days before trading back lower. Right? And now you have this high taken, but it retraced, closed below. This day, current day, might trade and might close above. And if it does, it doesn't mean the following day will trade back. But I wouldn't be I wouldn't just take longs, but I would expect it to continue going higher. It's weird that this is this a new pair or something? Wow, it just goes higher and higher and higher. Okay, so this is like an indice then. It's just an India indice. So remain bullish. There's no reason not to be bullish, but yeah, I would stay bullish on this one. I just don't know exactly how far it's gonna go. And then when you open up in the morning, where is it gonna be in the range? So you still have to be able to trade that. But it's remaining bullish until you sweep a low, right? So until I'll remove these on the daily, until this low is traded below and closed, you stay bullish. And that's pretty much all I can give you on this time frame. Going to any lower time frame, I don't have the live data, so it's just too many gaps in here. Yeah, let's go to the hour. Yeah, it's a lot of missing data. I don't understand it. Yeah. Yep, that's all I got. Sorry about that. Just I don't see very much there. All right, that'll do it for our session today. When it moves, it moves. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about the Indian index at all. All right, everyone. Yep, that'll do it for our session today. We're back at it live tomorrow morning at 9:15 for the New York AM session. And then we also do an afternoon session starting at 1300. Hope to see you there. Hope you all have a good evening. Take care. See you then.